Two pieces of crypto legislation that are not sexy, but we need to talk about because yes, we want to be able to earn rewards on our stable coins, which is the whole entire purpose of the Genius Act. Well, let's go ahead and chat about the Genius Act and the Clarity Act. Yes, it's not sexy, but yes, it is important. So Mr. Brian Armstrong went ahead and went down to the Senate, to DC, to talk to them and say, hey, the banks are lobbying that we no longer give rewards via stable coins per the Genius Act. We don't want that to happen. And I appreciate Brian Armstrong doing that. So let's go ahead and listen to his clip and then I'll give some feedback. And also talk to you what's happening with the Clarity Act, because that's going to be incredibly important when we're dealing with what we can and can't do via crypto in the US, plus bringing businesses back.
You probably all know that we got the Genius Act already passed into law for stablecoins, which is great. The next step is we've got to get market structure passed. And I've actually never been more bullish on this getting through. We've already seen strong bipartisan support in the House. Now it's being deliberated in the Senate. This has not stopped the banks from coming in and trying to relitigate issues that were already settled in the Genius Act. In particular, they're trying to ban rewards on stablecoins, even though this is already settled into law. And we're making sure that the Senate knows that bailing out the big banks, which are having record profit margins at the expense of the American consumer, is not going to fly. That would be a foolish thing to do politically because there's 50 million Americans like you who have now used crypto, and they want to make sure that they can actually earn more money with their money. Who'd have thought? So visit standwithcrypto.org if you want to help and support. We'd love your help in contacting senators and congresspeople to make sure we get market structure passed and preserve rewards on stablecoins. Thanks.
All right, that was Mr. Brian Armstrong, and I greatly appreciate him being there advocating. However, my only gripe is that I want to make sure that accredited and retail investors get the same types of rewards via our stablecoins. And again, that's exactly what the Genius Act was for, to initially allow for people, everybody, to earn rewards on their stablecoins. Kind of similar how you used to deposit cash into a savings account. We used to get rewards. Unfortunately, the banks got super greedy. They made poor investments. We generally bail them out for it. And now they want to remove the ability for us to earn rewards, yield, whatever that is, on our stablecoins via platforms like Coinbase, Kraken, whatever that may be. And I appreciate Brian Armstrong actually advocating against that. And that's exactly why the Genius Act was created. It was created to establish what is a stable coin. Can we earn yield? Can we earn rewards? Where does that rewards or yield come from? How is it backed, etc. So it's really not the bank's issue. The banks just really need to get behind the technology and start adopting it. Now, Clarity Act, this is going to be important. So the House formally sent the Clarity Act to the Senate last Thursday. And the key points: it aims to provide clear regulatory guidelines for digital assets and crypto companies in the U.S. Wants to define when a crypto asset is a security versus a commodity. And again, this is incredibly important because this will impact the listing of crypto spot ETFs, plus just being able to operate a crypto company in the U.S. in general. It's also going to limit the SEC's authority over certain digital assets unless proven to be securities. So companies would actually have to be securities for them to be restricted to do certain things, which again is important because we want to build crypto in America, per our president. It also grants more regulatory power to the CFTC for overseeing digital commodities, supports innovation by reducing legal uncertainty for crypto devs and investors, which good because we've had too much red tape to begin with, and it's also intended to prevent regulatory overreach and promote responsible growth. So that was just passed through to the Senate last week. I will give you guys an update when I know. But anyways, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, set alerts, and stay up to date. Yes, I know this isn't sexy, but we do have to cover it.